In the Prison Pen by Herman Melville. This was written in 1864. Listless he eyes the palisades and sentries in the glare. 'Tis barren as a pelican-beach, but his world is ended there. Nothing to do and vacant hands bring on the idiot pain. He tries to think, to recollect, but the blur is on his brain. Around him swarm the plaining ghosts like those on Virgil's shore, a wilderness of faces dim and pale ones gashed and hoar. A smiting sun, no shed, no tree, he totters to his lair, a den that sick hands dug in earth ere famine wasted there. On dropping in his place he swoons, walled in by thongs that press, till forth from the throngs they bear him dead, dead in his meagerness. Okay, this is a poem by Herman Melville. He's most famous for the book Moby Dick. He was an American. He was born in New York City. And he went away to sea, and then he wrote a book about his adventures, having jumped ship in Polynesia. And those became famous. And after that, he started to get a good name. He's much less known as a poet, although he's considered a member of the American Renaissance. This is from about 1830 up to the beginning of the American Civil War. It's American Romanticism. And he's probably a transcendentalist as well. Now notice, this poem is written in 1864, which is towards the end of the American Civil War. And in the prison pen, this is describing a prisoner who is in the pen. He's locked up with hundreds of other prisoners, and he can't remember the past, and he's worried. He's haunted by the present, by the future, and he's just standing in this prison staring at the walls, and he's got nothing to do, and everything is without meaning. And there are ghosts everywhere that are a representation of his past life, but he can't remember. And there are the ghosts of those who've been in the prison before. And then finally, he dies in this prison. He passes out in the sun, and he's pressed in by the huge numbers of people that are there. And finally he dies, and this prison is has taken everything from him. It's taken all of his strength, all of his identity. Listless he eyes the palisades and sentries in the glare. So he's looking at the palisades, the walls, and he's a prisoner in the prison yard. And I think the palisades, this talks about the palisades, the physical ones that are hemming him in, and the ones in his mind that he can't remember what his previous life. And he's listless. He has no motivation. He doesn't have any intention. And all he can see are the sentries and the glare, the hot sun beating down on him. 'Tis a barren as a pelican-beach. So this is a barren place. The whole world is barren. Yeah, there's nothing there. It's just this barren prison, but his world is ended there, and now this prison yard, full of prisoners, is all he knows. And I have a feeling these are Confederate prisoners from the Civil War, and these are prisoners, and they just they're standing there. There's very little food. There's nothing for them to do. Nothing to do, and vacant hands bring on the idiot pain. So there's nothing to do. There's nothing in his hands. There's nothing productive. He can't do anything. He can't change anything. And this brings on the idiot pain. I think this maybe it brings on the pain that he can't remember. He tries to think, to recollect, but the blur is on his brain. So he's trying to think, he's trying to remember his past, but everything has been taken from him. And this is I think the idiot pain, where he can't remember his past. He doesn't know where he is. The idiot pain that is this blur, these memories. He can't remember what has happened in the past. He probably even doesn't know why he's there. He's just almost like been completely brainwashed to a clean state, or a nothing state. Around him swarm the plaining ghosts, like those on Virgil's shore. Well, the ghosts on Virgil's shore. This is the Aeneid. This is the ghosts of Troy and Carthage, who are everywhere. These ghosts are the victims. They're lamenting their fate, and he is clearly going to become another of these ghosts. A wilderness of faces dim, and pale ones gashed and hoared. So these ghosts are in a terrible state. They're gashed, they're cut, and they're hoar. Hoar here means turning grey with age. We normally have this phrase, a hoar frost, where everything is covered in white, but the ghosts are a wilderness of dim faces that are pale, that are grey, that are injured, that are and I think this in itself is it represents the hopelessness of war, the victims of war, and these are the ghosts who are lamenting their fate. A smiting sun, no shed, no tree, he totters to his lair. So he's standing out there in the sun, and the sun is smiting, is hitting him, and there's absolutely nothing in this prison yard. There's no shed, there's no building, there's no tree, and he totters. He walks with difficulty to his lair, but there's no shade, there's nothing around him. A den that sick hands dug in earth, ere famine wasted there. And this lair where he hides for shade is something that someone else dug in the past before they died. And clearly the prisoner is dying, and everyone else in this prison is dying. And there is no hope. There is no hope for him. There is no hope for anyone. Or dropping in his place he swoons, walled in by thongs that press. And then I think he swoons, he faints. Yeah? So another either he goes to his lair or he faints. And there are people he's walled in by throngs, he's walled in by people, he's walled in by the pressure of society, all of the other prisoners, the ghosts in his head, the prison walls, till forth from the throngs they bear him dead, dead in his meagerness. And finally he dies there, and then his body is taken out. I think is taken out by the other prisoners, and he's dead in his meagerness, and is in his inadequacy. That he's now nothing. He's now of no importance. His meagerness, his current circumstances have no meaning, and he's been completely dehumanized by this prison. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. In the Prison Pen by Herman Melville.